Hey guys, welcome to this screencast on HTML5 server-side events, or event sources as they are also known. I'm going to be showing you today a very quick example of event sources implemented with the Scala Spray HTTP toolkit, which is a lightweight front end on the Akka concurrency toolkit. Anyway, let's get down to business. So I have an SBT project, so I'm just going to boot that up right quick and just talk a little bit about the setup. If you haven't used Spray, it also ships with its own server if you want it, called SprayCam, which is a really neat piece of kit. It's a very light, very fast HTTP server. That's all I'm going to boot up here using a little SBT plugin called Revolver. So I'm going to boot it up, restart. You can see that it's just loading. Cool. So the server is running. Typical thing running on localhost. So I'm just going to load up a window here. Just pull that from my history. So you can see that I've got some traffic in the background. You can see the progress bar being dynamically updated. So what's actually happening here is that the server is pushing an update to the client periodically. In this case, every 500 milliseconds, and I'm dynamically using some client-side JavaScript to update the progress bar. Now, in this instance, I could be pushing. I'm just pushing a percentage update, but I could be pushing absolutely anything I wanted to. This is super nice. It's a really nice HTML5 feature. And often it's actually typically more useful than WebSockets, because it's most of the time you only want the one-way push to the client as opposed to the bidirectional behavior of WebSockets, and it's also over HTTP, so it doesn't require any special implementation or any special server. So let's take a look at how this is actually implemented. So let's just kill off that browser window to stop my console going crazy. Okay, so pull up Sublime Text. This is a very simple SBT project, by the way. Very few dependencies, just relying on Spray and Akka. So we won't look at the bootstrapping, which just handles booting up the SprayCam server. You can check out the Spray documentation for information on that. So primarily, I won't labor the various Spray parts, but in reality, this section here is the only bit we're interested in, lines 15 through 21. And all that does is it basically says make a resource available the context of my server, in this case slash streaming, and I'll respond as an event stream, which is just this custom directive that I've made here, where a directive is a spray terminology for altering the request. In this case, I'm just adding a couple of headers and a content type, which is of course the necessary text slash event stream, which indicates to the browser that the response is in fact a stream. So what we can actually see here is that I'm using a chunked response from the server, so it's writing, it's streaming the response back down to the client, which gives me that nice stream of events that they can then handle on the JavaScript client side. My one gripe with this is that nearly all the tutorials you see online don't really talk about the need for that. They just simply they show like a marginal piece of PHP code, and that's your server. In reality, what actually happens there is if you don't do the streaming from on the server side, then you end up with what is essentially browser implemented polling. You can control the retry from the event source, but for the most part, you've basically just got polling. You haven't actually improved things. Then again, if you don't have the need for if you don't have a lot of events, or your UI doesn't need to be quick, very reactive, I suppose that would also be okay. It's simple to implement. But in any case, you can see this is very easy to write. It's only a few lines of code. In the actual HTML file, uh, it's tiny piece of JavaScript. I don't have to rely on jQuery. It works in Firefox, Safari, Opera, Chrome. It doesn't work in IE, but no one cares about IE because it's IE. So yeah, so for all the cool kids using non-IE browsers, this is really awesome, and I think these kind of technologies are going to be great for UIs and building much richer, more interactive experiences. So in any case, go check it out, the event source, HTML5 event source API. I'm going to put this code on GitHub, and by all means read the rest of the article. And yeah, hope to see you using an event source in your application soon. Thanks for watching.